Clear since the age of 13.
People say, well, I don't want to work, I just want to raise my children and take care of the house. There's nothing wrong with that. Just if that's going to make you happy and you're able to do it and it's very fulfilling to you, there's nothing wrong with that. But I do think that if you're going to be a housewife and raise children, that you need to have the proper foundation yourself in order to raise the child, in order to really get intertwined in the development of another human being. And so that also requires some degree of commitment and some degree of study. In fact, probably more degree of commitment and study than it would in terms of being a lawyer, doctor, whatever.
All persons having business before the Honorable Judge Barnes, now presiding over the felony branch of the Superior Court for the District of Columbia. Draw 9, give your attention. This Honorable Court is now in session. Please be seated and come to order.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this is in the case of the United States versus Fred D. Williams. Will counsel please identify themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor.
I don't think I ever really decided in terms of being a judge, in terms of being a lawyer, something I always wanted to do since the 7th grade school. So when I was asked about the vacancy on the Superior Court, I had to really think, particularly since I was about 8.5 months pregnant, and the thought of being elevated to the bench at that time was something that required a great deal of thought.
Sir, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Mr. Williams, sir, before I can accept this plea of guilty to one count of an attempt robbery, I have to ask you some questions to determine if this is indeed a voluntary act on your part. That is an act taken by you with full knowledge of the rights that you're giving up. Do you understand, sir? While I am the youngest woman on the court, I am, as I indicated before, in a setting where I feel like I'm at home. The court personnel, the other judges, the lawyers, I don't have any problems at all with my age. Now, some people may have some problems with my age, some of the lawyers, some of the people that come and interact with me. Even jurors are somewhat, skeptical sometimes. They come in and they look. And one juror one day stopped me in the hall during the course of a case, and I said, no, I'm sorry, I can't speak with you. And they said, oh, no, Judge Barnes, we've been talking, and how old are you anyhow? You can't be over 30. And I says, well, you have to be at least 30 to get past the statutory requirements. But aside from that, I don't have any problem with my age. I'm one of 8, and I'm third to the youngest. We didn't have a large house. There were about like 3 bedrooms, I guess, and most of the girls were in 1 bedroom. My father worked for Uniroyal Tire Company, for as long as I've been on this earth. He had always instilled in us a drive to succeed, and with having 6 girls, he definitely wanted the women to be able to, number one, always take care of themselves. In violation of Title 22, Section 2901 of the District of Columbia Code, sir, how do you plead?
Guilty.
The most significant challenge that I face on a daily basis is sentencing. Sentencing, particularly with my assignment now as a felony judge. It's a very, very difficult task, and it requires a lot of work on the part of not only the judge, but the attorneys representing the defendants, and the defendants as well, in terms of what they really want to do in terms of rehabilitation. Ms. Bright, I'm not satisfied that you've met your burden. This is a very, very serious offense that your client now stands convicted of, And under the law, I just am not convinced that he is not a threat to the society. Therefore, he will be detained without bond pending sentencing. Mr. Marshall, step him back, please. Call the next case, please.
You're only around this ball of dirt for so long that you might as well at least spend the majority of your time enjoying being here, enjoying what you're doing.
When Winners returns, you'll meet one of the most famous baseball figures of all time, Billy Martin, a man whose name is synonymous with winning.